Hello. So I'm Jen Goddard from Thriving Proof. In case you don't know who I am a board certified doctor of natural health. And today I want to talk to you about bananas. So I'm asked about bananas all the time. People are very curious why I don't eat bananas or recommend bananas or have bananas on my meal plans. So I thought I would put together this little video. I did this in a presentation recently that I did for my pageant friends, and so I thought I would share it here as well. So I went on the government website and just pulled up, because the first argument is that, well, it's good in potassium. So, that's why it's good to eat and that's why we should be eating it and blah, blah, blah. So and it just speaks to some of the common misconceptions around our foods and what we're eating. And because it's not always what we have just been taught or have assumed that it is, as far as whether or not something is healthy or good for us. So I thought I would tackle the potassium argument. So let me share my screen. And this, as you can see, the website is dietaryguidelines.gov, so food sources of potassium. And you can see on the list, it uses a cup for everything except for the potatoes is one medium potato and a banana is one medium banana. It gives you the amount of calories and the amount of potassium in a food. So think of the calories as a reflection of how much fat and carbohydrates are in a product, right? So it could be fat, it could be carbohydrates, it could be a combination of fat and carbohydrates in the food. So it's basically going to tell you how expensive is this for our system to digest, to utilize. Is it going to require a lot of insulin? Is it going to need us to break down a lot of fat? How expensive is it to the system? So when we talk about return on investment and we look at, okay, well, the potassium is the return on investment, right? And the calories are what it costs our system. So you can see like a good return on investment, beet greens are amazing. That it's only 39 calories, and yet we're getting 1,309 milligrams in a cup of beet greens. That's like an unbelievable amount of potassium. Huge. Swiss chard, 1 cup, 35 calories and 961 milligrams of potassium. These are very high ROI foods. A baked potato is number 3, so that's a little higher in calories. That's 161 calories, but it has 926 milligrams of potassium. So you're getting a lot of potassium, but it's also a high cost to the system. So we're going to revisit that one and go back to that one a little bit later. So you have yams, spinach, jackfruit, all kinds of things. Even spinach, look at that, 41 calories, but it has 839 milligrams of potassium. So big ROI there. Like the Swiss chard and the greens, it's up there with those. Kohlrabi, broccoli rabe, portobello mushrooms, look at that, only 35 calories, and you're getting 529 milligrams of potassium. Okay, go down to a banana, so you're getting 112 calories, and it's only 451 milligrams of potassium. So when you put it into perspective, okay, you can see the difference. Even a cantaloupe is a lot better than that. A cantaloupe is only 60 calories, and it's 473 milligrams of potassium. So even that is a much, much, much better ROI than a banana, is a cup of cantaloupe. So stewed tomatoes, canned pumpkin. Who knew your pumpkin pie had more potassium in it than your banana? Don't eat pumpkin pie. Well, not all the time. Pumpkin pie once in a while is fine, but if it's a good healthy recipe. So if we take that list and we highlight your return on investment foods. So those are the ones that are highlighted in yellow. These are your big ROI foods, the ones that you really want to focus on if you're trying to increase your potassium. Okay. And then here, what I did was you can see how half of a baked potato, half of a medium-sized baked potato would actually give you a better return on investment than a banana would, in the sense that you get 80 calories and 463 milligrams of potassium, which is a much better ROI than a banana. So I use that as an example just to give you some perspective as to what would be, the best options for potassium. So when you stick with fruits and vegetables, you can see how the right fruits and vegetables, you can see how you can get a really good ROI. You can get plenty of potassium without costing your system so much to use it or to gain that potassium. Okay, so I just wanted to share that. If you have questions, obviously bananas here and there, not the end of the world. It's not the worst thing that you're ever going to eat. But as some people are eating bananas every single day, multiple times a day, because they're, thinking that it's a healthy food, that it's something that's contributing to their nutrients, and they don't realize the burden that it's putting. So we could definitely shift that and get a much better return on investment with some other foods. So drop me a line. Let me know what you like to use for potassium, what you like to eat. I'd love to hear your comments below.